Okay, Jack Grealish has been among the headlines this week. He's in Vegas, in case you didn't hear. Las Vegas, what a place to go. I think Las Vegas might be one of my favourite places on earth.
4 days.
Never been.
You never been?
No,
It's
never been to
amazing.
Vegas.
4 days is enough for any human being.
It's true, actually.
Yeah.
We used to go every year for the Moscone Cup, which is a 9-ball pool competition. And you'd leave a bit of your soul there every time you went. I think I've been 6 times. Imagine that.
Wow.
Me in Vegas 6 times. Anyway, Jack Grealish has been the one that's come under fire from fans and pundits during his pre-season. It's not really his pre-season yet,
It's post-season.
Yeah. It's actually...
See, that wording's all wrong as well.
Who's written this? It's not pre-season.
It's post-season.
Anyway, he's just won the league, and we all, I think, are in agreement that he can go and let his hair down. All of that hair he can let down. However, he was criticised on talkSPORT by Danny Murphy, who said he needs to be around better people. But on yesterday's show, we were joined by Bayo Akinfenwa, who leapt to his defence.
He's young. He's very good at the sport he wants to do. The season's finished, and everybody else who was young would go and do that. And listen, if he does, let's say he doesn't reach the pinnacle of what it is, he can only have him to blame. But everybody, and this is the thing, everybody has an opinion, and rightly so, because you can have an opinion. But this one, end of season, had a grueling season, and now he's in Vegas having the time of his life, which he should, and then he should reset and go again.
Here we go. Bayo Akinfenwa speaking yesterday on the situation. Do you think, Harmy, Grealish is partying, whatever you want to call it, him enjoying some time off, do you think it's been blown out of proportion?
Yeah, it's been blown out of proportion. Look, Jack Grealish will always get headlines, £100 million player, going to Manchester City, he's won the league. There's a human element in sport, and sometimes it gets misunderstood. You know, these guys are human beings. And if you are sort of caged up, you are in the sort of spotlight, when you get a chance to, let your hair down, go and be like a normal person, you shouldn't be criticised for it. The one person that means anything in this is Pep Guardiola. If Pep Guardiola sees Jack Grealish at the start of pre-season that he's overweight, he's not pulling his weight, and he's a little bit sluggish, I'm sure Pep Guardiola will deal with it, and he'll make him fit. But for me, the human element of sport sometimes get misunderstood. They're not robots. They put a show on, and it's their downtime. And for me, I don't think any sportsman would have any problem with Jack Grealish doing what he did.
I also think Pep Guardiola, you've got to give him a bit of respect. He's an incredibly experienced manager and one of the best in the world. I think he understands what he was buying in Jack Grealish, and if he thought it was that big a risk, he wouldn't have bought him in the first place, Ali.
The fact of the matter is, he's on holiday, right? He's worked hard throughout the season. He's had a very successful season. His team's won the league, right? So I think he's 100% well within his rights to go and celebrate and have a bit of downtime with his friends or whoever it may be. I mean, don't you think for a minute that Pep Guardiola will know where he is? I mean, he knows his players. He's not doing anything wrong at all. He's just doing what every civilised human being who's fortunate enough to do it does, and that's goes on holiday when they can and enjoy themselves.
He's not the only one in Vegas either.
No, that's my point as well.
He had Andy Robertson on his shoulders.
There's other guys out there as well.
Do you know what I mean?
Equally enjoying themselves.
Yeah,
I mean, Carmi, I said yesterday, they've been killed by that.
Of course it has.
The camera phone.
The world's changed because of that.
The camera phone has destroyed them. It really has.
Absolutely. I'm going to Ibiza in a few weeks' time.
Make sure you send me some pictures.
God knows what it's going to be like out there. Anyway, a caller stole the show. This was so lovely on Drive yesterday. He told a story about Jack Grealish, the Manchester City winger.
I don't know if you saw the viral video of when Jack met the girl in the wheelchair. Well, that's my daughter, Abby.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So after that, Andy, I don't know if you know, Jack invited us down for the Brighton game in his box with his family. So there's another viral video of my daughter giving Jack a present. She gave him some Peaky Blinder cufflinks. And so just quickly trying to get it across to people, we spent the whole night there. Jack came in after the game. midnight, we're still with him. He's walking around the Etihad Stadium trying to get me a taxi on his phone. And because it wasn't just a 5-minute greet where you think, oh, he's just being nice for that 5 minutes. He literally doesn't know. He doesn't know how famous, and he just thinks he's just Jack from Birmingham still. And I think he's just living his normal life like any young lad his age would, and he doesn't really realise how famous. I know that might sound daft, but he does. If he does realise, it doesn't show. It doesn't come across. He's such a genuine, humble guy. His sister Holly has got cerebral palsy. She's best friends with my daughter now.
So Graham, when he walked in and came over to your daughter, you'd never met before?
Never.
Wow, lovely story. That story, by the way, has been viewed over 250,000 times on talkSPORT's Twitter page, which will be even higher now. That was last time we checked this morning.
Excellent, isn't it?
And it's nice just to hear stories like that, Harmy, isn't it? Just to balance it out a little bit. We usually just hear the bad stuff.
We don't hear stories like that. Then people aren't interested in that, unfortunately. That's the world we live in. If you are fortunate, like Ali said, to be very good at what you do and you get paid a lot of money, the consequences that come with it is there are other people out there who want to stuff you out of sight. And I think Jack Grealish he seems a very, very nice guy. You see him, he's made his mistakes, during the COVID, but he's a young lad, got a great move to Manchester City. He's won the Premier League. This kid might win the World Cup for England. He might win the World Cup for England, and that's where I see, hopefully, because of the amount of game time he'll get, in out at Man City. When it comes to the latter stages if we get to the World Cup latter stages, Jack Grealish could be the one that wins the World Cup for us, and I don't think anybody would be putting pictures of Vegas on if he does that. So it's frustrating, but it's life.
Yeah. One message here from Robert Goodfellow. He says, you have to be so careful in Vegas. I've been there 3 times, and on the 3rd trip I got married and now have 3 daughters. Most expensive trip ever. I'm still paying for it now. Robert.
Brilliant.
Sorry about that, Robert. You have to be really careful these days, don't you? It's 9:26.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.